War. War never changes.
Yes, war never changes.
War has changed.
Yeah, war has changed. Yeah, actually, war has changed because it used to be so common. People used to glorify it, but now no one wants war. I guess some people still might see something heroic in war, or they might think it's worth it if it's for a higher cause like their country. For some, the horrors aren't justified by anything. So let me ask you, what are your memories of Medal of Honor Allied Assault? It was glorious, right? Amazing. There was no FPS like it when it came to representing the theater of World War II. But time passes. Is it as glorious as we remember? Let's find out and see how Allied Assault has aged like not milk, not wine, but what you get when you combine the two: war. When I first started up Allied Assault, it was great. A flood of nostalgia washing over me like a soldier seeing his wife after many years on the front line.
Keep fucking my wife! I'm going to, okay?
The music, I might say, was even better than I remember, and perhaps is the best aspect of the game. I think I'm gonna put it under the category of presentation and say that the presentation is the best thing about the game. In addition to great music, the sound design is also amazing. From ambient noises like the wind howling and rain falling, to the footsteps, to the voice acting, to the gunshots and reloading noises, everything is great. And you should definitely let your war-red grandpa listen to it. Combine them with the epic scenarios like storming Omaha Beach, traveling through a town destroyed by battle, battling snipers waiting in ambush and blowing up tanks, stealing a tank and blowing up towns, disguising yourself as the enemy and sabotaging the tech to give our side the edge in war. All the settings, the briefings before every mission, the letters that update your status, the fact that the menu is an office, make your role as a soldier in a war greater than just yourself all the more immersive. Now, the graphics of course aren't comparable to what we have today, but I say this without a single cube of sugar of this size, let alone an entire coating. The game looks good. Maybe the old folks are right. Those were the golden days.
Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end.
There's not a single thing about this game I would say looks ugly. Except maybe the dogs, but only when they're moving.
Itadakimasu.
Maybe it's the environments and uniforms. Everything feels real. The towns feel real, the bases feel real, the soldiers feel real, and the guns feel awesome. I don't play a lot of shooters, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but this just felt... You move slowly with an automatic rifle, fast with a pistol, can only reload after you finish the entire magazine with the M1 Garand rifle. But even better, the ranges at which the different guns work feel perfectly balanced. Automatic rifles have high rates of fire and big damage, but at long ranges they're just not as precise as snipers or standard rifles. And at shorter ranges, they're outshined by the submachine guns which have less damage per bullet, but hella more bullets. So they are perfect for when you're outdoors but not in very open environments, or indoors with long corridors. In this way, all the guns feel absolutely unique to use, and you will be using all of them. Like a barrack bunny first time on the job, you'll continually be thrown around in different situations in the game, and be expected to switch up your approach. So even though you're just shooting for the whole game, it always feels fresh. So there is glory in war, huh? The game is great. The music is great, the missions are great, the shooting is great. But what's a game all about? Gameplay. And unfortunately, guns are ultimately as fun as the enemies you're shooting at. And this is where we see the ugly side of war. Allied Assault's difficulty on medium is neither hard nor easy, nor medium, but very annoying. The first few missions are okay. The biggest annoyance I had there was the Germans' super secret technology, which was not mentioned in any history book. Clown cars. The game just spawns enemies randomly sometimes, so you can't ever assess an area fully, because you'll kill all the enemies in a room or place, only for you to enter it thinking it's safe, and for enemies to pop out from where you were just looking and had cleared. At best. At worst, you'll get shot from behind or the sides where a soldier spawned when you were not looking. But this is not the worst thing in the world, because after a certain point, you expect it. Especially when you complete certain end-level objectives, you know that enemies are going to be waiting all along the way you just came. Non-checkpoint places are a bit more frustrating because there's a bit of trial and error there, but you're ready. The Germans attack you blitzkriegingly, you counter with a deep line of defense instead of a wide one. The Germans attack you teleportingly, you counter with saves coming. Yes, you can save at any point. That's why I don't say the game is hard, because you can retry from wherever you want. Also stealth. It's in the game, like the French were in World War II, but it's better not to rely on it. If you kill an enemy even with a silenced weapon, all the enemies nearby instantly know your location. If enemies are far away, they won't know your location even if you're loud. So yeah, stealth is bad.
Zeigen Sie mir Ihren Passierschein.
Danke.
But things get much worse with open locations. And the height of these frustrations is the mission Day of the Tiger. The enemies in Allied Assault have great aim. I mean great aim. If I was looking to commit genocide on a population I'm already oppressing, I would be proud to have these men under me. But here they are enemies. And their aim feels like a fair challenge in rooms and corridors where you can take cover, because it takes just enough time for them to shoot where you can shoot them first. And if not, you can send them a little gift and they will come out running with tears in their eyes.
Thank you. That is just what I needed most.
But Day of the Tiger is all about snipers. The enemy is not just taking cover from your bullets, but from your vision as well. Whether in rooms or behind foliage, the enemies in this mission are as tough to spot as straightness in a military base. But they can spot you easily, and if they shoot you once, you can't keep peeking to see where they are. Well, you can, and you actually have to, but you will get turned into Swiss cheese or American school kid. And you will load the save file and keep doing the same thing over and over again till Vaas is forced to admit that sometimes doing the same thing over and over can lead to a successful outcome.
Fuck! Look me in the eye!
I was wrong, chum. My hearty apologies.
Will you go insane? A little bit, but that's a small price to pay for a YouTube video that will get views. But sorry, I like minigames in my games, but I don't think Where's Waldo is a good fit for a World War II shooter. This could be a lot better if we could shoot from cover, like, oh, I don't know, Gears of War or the Germans in this game. Of course, you shouldn't be able to snipe the enemy from cover, but if you could just figure out their positions from cover, it would be like America's entrance into the World War. It would change the entire game. As it is, born to headshot but forced to headbang. Oh, this reminds me of another small cheat the AI gets. When we get shot at, we turn upwards, missing all our shots. But when we shoot the enemy, their gun turns downwards, so they still hit our delicious feet if they are reeling from a bullet, but we miss. But frustration is only emotional. This game has a section which made me physically weak. You want war? Do you? Do you? You think you can stomach it? I thought I could. I was wrong. I think it's evident that I am a brain-rotted individual, but no amount of doom scrolling has ever given me a headache like driving this tank in Allied Assault. Conceptually, it was still fun. Every praise I gave about presentation earlier is true. Here too, I was totally in the shoes of my character Powell. So much so that I pushed through and completed the mission. Not just the tank section, but the next one as well, which was short, but after that, I'm not joking, I actually needed to take a walk because I felt my stomach twisting around. I guess the devs wanted to make the game immersive at any cost necessary. This game was super immersive. I truly don't believe with all my heart that games need super realistic graphics or realistic animations to feel immersive. They need whatever Medal of Honor Allied Assault is providing. But for me, gameplay is king. And I'm just not interested in playing more of this game. I'm glad I relived this experience, I did have fun. But I won't be checking out the DLC or coming back to this for a while. I guess, like war, I'm done with Allied Assault, unless life has planned otherwise. But let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know why I'm wrong, and let me know if you want another World War. If so, how many? Does Medal of Honor justify World War II? Should you check out my previous video? Oh well, my voice sounds a bit stuffy there because I was sick, but it's still a good video, I think. But thank you, and bye bye.